If your team runs cloud workloads, AI services, developer pipelines, or internet-facing infrastructure, today's security question is simple. Which patch changes your blast radius first? This is Daily Tech Hack Global for August 28, 2026. The facts in this briefing come from NBD, CISO and Reachable, and linked vendor advisories. I will keep the discussion defensive, no exploit commands, no payloads, and no step-by-step attack chains. The lead item is CVE 2026-80203. NBD describes it as, the getgraph/grab plugin API plugin before 1.0.18 does not enforce API key scope in the require not super target function in users controller.php across 7 sensitive user management endpoints. The check uses isSuperAdmin on the acting account rather than verifying whether the specific API key carries super authority via isSuper within scope. As a result, an API key scoped below full super authority but belonging to a superadmin account can act against other superadmin accounts, disabling their 2FA, deleting TH. The recorded severity is critical with CVSS 9.8. Why it matters: prioritize by exposure, privilege, reachable credentials, and whether automation can amplify impact. The second item is CVE 2026-79787. NBD summarizes it as, Aluxio's S3 REST proxy fails to verify AWS signature version 4 signatures in its default configuration, allowing unauthenticated attackers to spoof user identity. Attackers can extract usernames from unsigned authorization headers and impersonate any user, including service accounts, to read, write, and delete arbitrary data. Severity is critical with CVSS 9.8. The operational takeaway is to map this advisory to exposed systems, service credentials, and any automation that can turn a small weakness into a larger incident. Item 3 is CVE 2026-80104. DBGPT builds the destination path for an uploaded skill from the multipart filename without constraining it to the upload directory. Skill_upload in packages /dbgpt-app/src/dbgpt_apps/openapi/api_v1/agentic_data_API.py takes file.filename as given and writes the request body to upload_dir/filename. A path composed with that operator discards the left operand when the right one is absolute and follows parent referenc. Severity, critical, CVSS 9.8. Defensive context, agent tools often forward credentials or call internal APIs, so path scope, least privilege, and audit logs matter as much as model behavior. Item 4 is CVE 2026-81702. OPencil_encrypt before 1.4.9 fails to rederive and validate fingerprints when loading identities from identity.json, allowing attackers to substitute public keys in identity stores. Attackers can replace legitimate public keys with their own while maintaining the claimed fingerprint, enabling silent key substitution where encryption uses attacker keys and signature verification appears valid. Severity, critical, CVSS 9.8. Defensive context, prioritize by exposure, privilege, reachable credentials, and whether automation can amplify impact. Here is the defender checklist. First, identify whether any affected product is internet-facing, reachable from CI systems, or reachable by AI agents and automation. Second, patch according to the vendor advisory, not just the headline score. Third, review service accounts, API keys, pod identities, OAuth apps, and tool credentials that could be reused if the affected system was compromised. Fourth, add monitoring around unusual admin actions, image pulls, tool calls, authentication failures, and outbound network requests. Fifth, document what was patched and what was deferred so tomorrow's team can audit the risk instead of rediscovering it. The larger lesson is that AI security is not only prompt security. It is the security of runtimes, cloud services, tool connectors, identity boundaries, and the operational process that decides what gets patched first. Patch what is exposed, reduce what is privileged, rotate what may have leaked, and make automation prove what it is allowed to touch.